Hello everyone, myself Abhijit Sinha, and today I'm here with our interesting chapter, that is impact of British rule on India. This chapter we had already started, but in half yearly exam only 2 pages had come, that is 135 and 136, and from today onwards we are starting this chapter from page number 137. In previous class we had read about what are the main impact of British education system or Western education system over India. It is in two parts, negative impact and positive impact, and also having some educational changes during 19th century and 20th century. From 19th century to 20th century, first one is 1813 Charter Act, second one 1854 Votes Dispatch, next is 1882 Hunter Commission, 1904 Universities Act, 1937 Wardha Commission, and 1943 New Education System. And now we are going to start from social impact. The British did not like the custom, tradition and the culture of Indians. Why? Because British always want to establish their own custom, tradition and cultures, rituals in India, and also pressurize the people of India or pressurize the Indians to change their custom, religions and traditions. They considered Indians as barbarians, inferiors and discriminated against them. All the words are almost same. Barbarians, जिनको नीच दृष्टि से देखा जाता है, जो मेनियल काम करने वाले होते हैं. Inferiors, लो स्टैंडर्ड पीपल. डिस्क्रिमिनेटेड, डिफ्रेंशिएट करना, और डिस्क्रिमिनेट मीन्स भेदभाव करना on the basis of language, ritual, custom, caste, tradition, religion, etc. But British discriminated Indian only on the ground of rich and poor and black and white. English educated Indian wanted to free the Indian society from evils, superstitions and rituals. जो English educated Indians थे, they always want to free the Indian societies from the social evils, that is like sati system, parda system, child marriage, etc. Next is superstitious, andhvishwas and rituals. Many reform movements were started. Reformers like Raja Ram Mohan Rai, who was the first initiators of opposition or oppose the sati system or the sati pratha. Ishwar Chand Vidyasagar, widow remarriage, and Swami Dayanand Saraswati education system, wanted to eradicate the social evil from the Indian society. They even compelled the British to pass some laws to introduce and reform social reforms in India. It means time to time Indian reformers or well-known personalities always pressurize the British or to urge the British that to pass some laws to changes over the social evils or make some changes within the society. First one is sati was an inhuman practice where a widow was forced to burn herself on the funeral pyre of her husband. It means after the death of her husband, on the funeral, the woman also pressurized that to burn herself. It was abolished in 1829 by the Governor General Lord William Bentinck at the insistence of Raja Ram Mohan Roy, a social reformer and a crusader for the cause of women. Next is female infanticide. It means death of girl child. Female infanticide, killing of infant girls, was banned by law in 1870. Next is child marriage of children as early as 1 or 3 years of age was banned by law in 1891 and again in 1929. The Sarda Act of 1929, after amendment, fixed the age of marriage at 18 years for girls and 21 years for boys. It applied to all the peoples living in British India and not only Hindus. It was the result of social reform movement in India. It was also a great victory of Hindu and Muslim women's group who opposed child marriage. It means after the banning on child marriage or legally banned, or if anyone involved in child marriage or such types of social evil, it is punishable offense or punishable act. Next is Widow Remarriage Act was passed by the British government in 1856. In 1856, British government passed the act related to the widow remarriage. It means widow were allowed to remarry. Next is it was with the persistent efforts of Ishwarchand Vidyasagar. Ishwarchand Vidyasagar initiates regarding Widow Remarriage Act. That Widow Remarriage Act was legalized. विडो रीमैरिज एक्ट को लीगलाइज कर दिया गया. क्यों? पहले जो विधवा औरतें होती थी उनको दोबारा शादी करने का अधिकार नहीं था और ये अधिकार दिलवाया था ईश्वरचंद विद्यासागर ने. Next is, do you know, in Bengal presidency alone, 8,134 cases of sati were reported between 1815 to 1828. It means within 13 years, 8,000 cases were reported in Bengal only related to sati system. It is not related to widow remarriage or parda system or girl infanticide. It is only related with sati system. Indian government has banned female infanticide. Many scheme like बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ. It means फीमेल इन्फेंटिसाइड को कम करने के लिए 2-3 स्कीम्स गवर्नमेंट के द्वारा भी लाया गया. जैसे एक बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ, दूसरा सुकन्या समृद्धि योजना एंड बालिका समृद्धि योजना हैव बीन स्टार्टेड फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ गर्ल्स. नेक्स्ट इज the evil practices of dowry system has been banned by law, but unfortunately it continues even today in some part of India. It means after banning on dowry system, it is prevailed or it is continuing in India. So it is not necessary. If any law were passed or any act were passed, then it is fully or 100% ban over the society. It is depend on the people who are initiates or who are educated or not. If they understand all these things, then they also help the government to do some or such efforts to make some changes within their society. Up to 1920, only the enlightened Indian men worked for the welfare and upliftment of women. They not only opposed discrimination against women but also dedicated their life to the cause of religious and social reforms. It means up to 1920, only the enlightened Indian men work for the welfare and the upliftment of women. They not only opposed discrimination against women but also dedicated their life to the cause of religious and social reform. It means they were not only initiates regarding discrimination against women, they also taking some steps or some important steps regarding religious and social reforms. Later on, many educated women also joined welfare programs in 1927. All India Women's Conference was organized. Gradually, the Indian society came to accept equality of men and women. Gradually, the Indian society came to accept equality of men and women. It means eradication or removal of discrimination against women were existed in our society. Socio-religious reforms. During the 19th century, a social transformation began in India and kindled the spirit of nationalism. Kindle means दीप जलाना कह सकते हैं या फिर किसी अच्छी चीज़ का शुरुआत करना. दैट द स्पिरिट ऑफ नेशनलिज्म. धीरे धीरे लोगों के अंदर नेशनलिज्म का जो फीलिंग था वो डेवलप होने लगा. इट मीन्स इट इज़ कॉल्ड डेवलप द नेशनलिस्ट feeling. Close contact with the Western science, literature, and thought changed the mindset of the masses. In the beginning, only the elite class were campaigning against discrimination of the so-called low castes. In the beginning, only the elite class means the upper class or the capitalist or imperialist, were campaigning against discrimination of the so-called low caste. But later the lower caste themselves rose against social injustice and evil in the Indian society. It means in the earlier times only the elite class stand up with the lower caste, but after some time lower caste also stand up for their rights, or also enhance their voice against the discrimination against them or the social injustices or social evil practices. Many socio-religious reforms movements spread in different parts of India. Kerala had suffered at the hand of a very rigid and oppressive caste system. The socio and economic status of a person was determined by his position in the caste hierarchy in Kerala. It means Kerala is a well-educated state or most educated state, but in Kerala there is also a social evil practices related to the discrimination basis, or in Kerala people were determined only because of their position or by their position. In the princely state of Kochi and Travancore, the governmental position were denied to lower caste and the non-Hindu. जो नॉन हिंदू हैं, हिंदू नहीं हैं, उनको, और जो लोअर कास्ट से बिलोंग करते हैं उनको कोची एंड त्रावणकोर जैसे एरिया में जॉब करने का अधिकार नहीं है. द गवर्नमेंटल पोजीशन वेर डिनाइड. डिनाइड मीन्स मना करना, किसी को भी गवर्नमेंट पोजीशन नहीं मिलेगा. किसी को कहने का मतलब किन लोगों को? दोज हु बिलोंग टू द लोअर कास्ट एंड non-Hindus. Later discuss some social and religious reformers. And now come on to the point. We will discuss about some religious and social reformers of India. First one is Sri Narayan Guru. Birth of year is 1854 and death of year is 1928. Sri Narayan Guru was a great Hindu sant and social reformer. He was born in Izawa community of Kerala. He campaigned against caste system, untouchability, Brahmin dominance and discrimination against the lower caste. जो श्री नारायण गुरु थे ये अपने वॉइस को इनहेंस करना शुरू किए, अगेंस्ट जाने लगे किसके? अनटचेबिलिटी के, कास्ट सिस्टम के, ब्राह्मीण डोमिनेंस. ब्राह्मीण डोमिनेंस मीन्स द ब्राह्मीण वेयर डोमिनेटेड द लोअर कास्ट एंड दे कंसिडर्ड themselves as a superior caste and rest of the caste are inferior in their view. Next is Sri Narayan Guru constructed alternate temples and propagate for one god, one caste and one religion. He opposed conversion to other religions as a way to escape from suffering. It means he strictly opposed the system of conversion to the other religion. It means someone change their religion to the other religion. And he also propagate one god, one caste and one religion. Do you know the doors of the Guruvayur temple in Kerala were opened for Harijan only in 1946. गुरुवायूर टेम्पल जो है केरल में वो ओपन किया गया था हरिजन्स के लिए. हरिजन मीन्स जो लोअर कास्ट पीपल होते हैं उनको हरिजन कहा गया है. ओनली इन 1946. ओनली इन 1946. इट मीन्स उसके बाद से टेम्पल का जो डोर है वो कभी भी लोअर कास्ट के लिए हरिजन के लिए ओपन नहीं किया गया. कम ऑन टू द सेकंड वन, ज्योतिबा फुले. Birth year is 1827 and death year is 1890. Jyotiba Phule was a social reformer of Maharashtra who founded the Satyasodhak Samaj, an organization that worked for the upliftment of the lower caste and oppressed classes or depressed class. Jyotiba Phule organized a foundation or organization. It is Satyasodhak Samaj who worked for the upliftment of lower class. Phule considered education as a means of liberation and started a special school for the underprivileged class. By the Jyotiba Phule effort to give special education to the underprivileged class, he was successful in creating awareness about the miserable condition of the depressed classes. His campaign for the removal of untouchability and upliftment of lower caste took the form of an anti-Brahmin movement. Next is, do you know, Jyotiba Phule rejected Indian National Congress Party. Why? And defined it as a party of rich and upper classes. Because he considered that Congress Party or the Indian National Congress Party only for the upper class and rich people. तो आज के क्लास में इतना ही. नेक्स्ट हम लोग वीरसलिंगम कदमकुरी यहाँ से स्टार्ट करेंगे. ओके, एंड आफ्टर द कंप्लीशन ऑफ चैप्टर वी हैड आल्सो कंप्लीट वी हैव आल्सो डूइंग आवर नेक्स्ट वर्क, दैट इज कंप्लीशन ऑफ क्वेश्चन आंसर. ओके, थैंक्स टू ऑल ऑफ यू.